tiny cry was coming from inside the trash. Someone had thrown away a life that was still trying to be heard. The rescuer did not know if she was already too late. She climbed closer and kept searching through everything inside. A carrier was brought forward, and the rescue had to stay gentle, careful, and fast. On the edge of that bin, the first safe place was waiting. It was small, but it meant the danger was ending. After the rescue, silence felt different. The kitten was no longer hidden under garbage, cold air, and fear. For the first time, help was close. At the shelter, the babies were placed on clean blankets where warmth could finally reach their tiny bodies. That warmth was part of saving them. The first feeding was not sweet yet. It was urgent care, given slowly, because their strength was almost gone. They were so small that every bottle mattered. One missed feeding could have changed the whole ending, so every drop counted. Warm blankets became part of the rescue. They gave the kittens a place to stop shaking and start resting without fighting the cold. Care came again and again, through tired hands, quiet rooms, and feedings that could not be skipped, even late at night. Then the smallest signs began to appear. Heads lifted, paws pushed forward, and their bodies started answering back. One kitten still looked fragile, but the will to stay awake was there. That little fight mattered because it meant hope was still moving. Every check was another chance to catch trouble early. With kittens this young, small changes can become serious fast. Being held safely became part of healing. Not pressure, not fear, just steady hands and a softer place to land. Slowly, the rescue stopped feeling like a race against time. The kittens were growing into stronger, brighter versions of themselves. Then the room began to change around them. What once felt too big became a place to explore, one careful step at a time. Play was cautious at first. A step forward, a pause, then another tiny decision to trust the floor. Every step said something important. Their bodies were learning strength, but their hearts were learning safety too. The fear started turning into curiosity. They were not just staying alive anymore, they were starting to live. A toy became proof that the story had shifted. Survival was no longer the only thing in front of them. Curiosity came back carefully. A paw reached out, then another, as if joy had to be learned again after everything they survived. They were not just rescued kittens now. They were becoming loud, playful, messy little lives with opinions of their own. The rescue room became their training ground. They climbed, scratched, slipped, and tried again without being punished for failing. Even a tunnel became a victory. What once looked impossible now looked like a game waiting to happen. The floor grew bigger every day. Each new corner gave them another reason to move forward instead of hide. When bowls replaced emergency bottles, it meant their bodies were catching up. That quiet milestone mattered more than it looked. They still needed help, but meals were no longer only about survival. They were becoming routine, trust, and expectation. Even ordinary play meant something here. It showed that their bodies had enough strength left for happiness. Eating together made them look less like abandoned newborns and more like kittens who were starting to belong somewhere. The work behind that change was not dramatic. It was clean beds, steady meals, patient hands, and someone returning every day. Near the end, the rescue looked different. Not because the past disappeared, but because safety finally had time to stay. This is what the trash almost erased. Not just a kitten, but a whole future that was almost never given a chance.